and welcome to video 8 of the stringr set of videos. Today we're going to talk about the tools part of the book, which is you need to read sections 14.4 through 14.7 in our online book, R for Data Science. In this, we're going to talk about the main functions of stringr here. I've just put them here for your reference. So string detect tells you if there's a match to a pattern. It's going to give you a logical vector. String count will count the number of patterns. Subset will extract matching components. Locate will give the position of the match. Extract extracts the text of the match. Rather than the matching components, will extract the text of the match. Match extracts the parts of the match defined by the parentheses. Replace to replace the matches with new text. And split to split up the string into multiple pieces. We'll spend a little bit of time on each of these main verbs. We're going to start with detect. Now, string detect will return a logical vector that's the same length as the input. So, for instance, if that is my string that I want to look at, if I use string detect and I want to detect, let's just say, just the letter T, then it will tell me a logical vector. There's not a T in the first string, there is in the second, and there is in the third. So I had a length of 3 vector come in, I have a length of 3 vector come out that's illogical. When I have something like this, I can do things like tell how many of the items the pattern that I was looking for are in, or the average using mean. So that gives me that 67% of the entries contained a T. String detect is particularly useful when I want to do something complicated. Rather than using a really complicated regular expression, I can use string detect and then use logical expressions. For instance, this will give me the words, and I'll tell you string detect looks in the words to find A, E, I, O, U. So it'll give me a true wherever there's a vowel for any word, and then I take the opposite of that. So this will give me all words which do not contain any of those letters. Now we're going to use string subset a lot of times to pick out elements that match. For instance, this tells me in the vector X that I had, which words end in the letter S, right? Ending in with the $S. Or I could do something a little more complex, and I could say, okay, I want the words that start with the letter S, have anything in between, and end with an X. I can also use string detect inside of a tibble and inside of a pipe. So I can use it with things like filter and get a tibble back. So I've turned words into a tibble, and then I filtered out the words that this was true for, right? So I use string detect to get trues and falses, and then the ones that it was true for, I turned back into that being what my filter is. So those are the ones that I picked. Now let's explore what string count does. So if I did string count of X and S, let's see, what did that do? Well, it counted the S's that were present in each of the words, each of the strings. So I could get the average number of S's in a string by taking the mean of that. I could also use this in a mutate. Sometimes I want to do something like this. Now let's see, what will this do? This will take words and make it into a tibble, and then because the name of it was value, I renamed it to word just because that's easier for me to understand what I'm dealing with. And then I put vowels. It's going to be the string count of the word of A, E, I, O, U. And consonants will be the string count from that word of things that are not A, E, I, O, U. Remember, when the caret is inside the bracket, it means the negative. And I get a whole listing of 980 words, the number of vowels, and the number of consonants in each of those. Now, your exercise for this section is to use string detect to find any words that contain at least one of each different vowel, and then 4 of the 5 different vowels. So you're going to use string detect to get you logicals, and then somehow combine those to find the words that have 1 of each or 4 of the 5. So 2 different pieces, 1 of each, and then the answer to that one, and then 4 of the 5 and the answer to that one. That'll conclude video 8. We'll come back to the next video where we'll extract matches. Oh yeah, there's another exercise in this section, is to switch the first and last letters of each word in Word and find which of those are still in the set of words. Come back and we'll talk about extracting matches in the next video.